So what is civilized about the West? What is civilized about, taking everything that isn't nailed down? If it's nailed down, we're going to pry it up. What is civilized about going in and throwing over whole governments and taking their resources, their gold, their oils, putting sanctions on medicine? You're not civilized. You just allowed minority, and you think that you got it because you're in the borders of the U.S. But you're nothing, man. I'm telling you, like, you just a regular American. You nothing special about you. You're not civilized at all. Because if anything happens to you, your government is gonna turn their back on you, and you told them to. Because when you had it, when you was up, you was like, shoot, well, the government shouldn't take care of the people. And this is what I don't get. Are you a conservative or an anarchist? Because you don't want government to take care of this. You don't want the government to do this and that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what is the point of having a government? If the government don't govern for their people, what is the point of this whole little thing? I don't get it. People have been breaking down about what Donald Trump is doing. His supporters no longer supporting him or losing faith in him. And this is like the fifth, sixth video I've seen somebody.
I'm not going to play with these anymore. MAGA hats are off. America First hats are on. Burn, baby, burn. And this is a great representation of what's left of MAGA.
And you know what's so, it's funny and all that hardy har. Yeah, I'm my Twitter got suspended, but I'm back on there. It's funny and whatnot, but you are protesting Trump for the wrong reasons. You keep saying America first, and I don't think you guys really truly understand what the fuck you guys are even saying, because like I said before, a lot of these conservatives, quote unquote, are not conservative. They are neoliberal in their policies all the time. Like, they have no problem with us. Like, they don't want us to get out of NATO, excuse me. They don't want us to get out of NATO. They're racist, xenophobic, and all these other issues. But yes, it's good to see MAGA turning on Trump, but they're not turning on him for the right reason. So a lot of people might say this and be like, yeah, some people can be reached. But no, did you hear what he said? He said, America first, America first. And let's be honest, none of y'all give a fuck about America being first, because when it comes to things being passed, it's going to help the future generations. You guys vote against it. You are against it wholeheartedly. When it got something to do with minorities, black people, you guys are against it. When it comes down to food stamps and welfare, you guys are against it. How are you guys are America first, but you can see that thousands of children go starving a day. In America, one of the richest countries in the world, one of the most powerful empires to this day, children go starving in here, and you applaud it. So I'm not gonna get my hopes high for these Trump supporters, because what the fuck you mean America first? What the fuck? Okay, well, we're gonna start building more libraries. Oh, that's gonna be out of my paycheck. We want to do this and that for these neighborhoods. It's gonna come out of my paycheck, out of my paycheck, out of my paycheck. And you know what's so crazy about this is Americans always, when I remember the whole thing about I can't pronounce his name, Zohran, he from New York, the mayor nominee. He was eating rice with his hands, and a lot of people in the West was talking about being civilized. And I'm like, how can you guys say this with a straight face? How can you guys say this with a straight face? Like, people in the West are civilized. You guys don't you don't have enough hospitals to take care of your sick. You don't have good housing to make sure people don't go without a roof over their head. What is civilized about that? You know, you got third world countries that you so like to call them, with all of these programs to take care of the people, and we can't do anything like that. That is crazy. That is crazy. So, what is civilized about the West? What is civilized about, you know, taking everything that isn't nailed down? If it's nailed down, we're going to pry it up. What is civilized about going in and throwing over whole governments and taking their resources, their gold, their oils, putting sanctions on medicine? How is that civilized? You guys have sanctions on medicine that goes to helping people. You're not civilized. You're not civilized. You just allow minority, and you think that you got it because you're in the borders of the U.S. But you're nothing, man. I'm telling you, like, you just a regular American. You nothing special about you. You're not civilized at all. Because if anything happens to you, your government is gonna turn their back on you, and you told them to. Because when you had it, when you was up, you was like, shoot, well, the government shouldn't take care of the people. And this is what I don't get. Are you a conservative or an anarchist? Because you don't want government to take care of this. You don't want the government to do this and that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what is the point of having a government? If the government don't govern for their people, what is the point of this whole little thing? I don't get it. So miss me with that civilized shit. Shit, America just catching up on bidets. Y'all don't even wet your tissue when y'all wipe your butt. So mess with that civilized shit. Man, they just need something to slander that man with, man. Everybody eat with their hands. Shoot. Well, I'm gonna I understand eating French fries with a fork sometimes. If you got a white tee on, you ain't trying to, you know, get dirty or whatever. Nice outfit on. Other than that, you gonna eat a hot dog? I mean, I know a couple of people that eat at the hot dogs, but for the most people eat with their hands. How you gonna eat your fruit? You gonna slice it on a plate? What you talking about? You know, you're gonna peel your orange with a orange peeler and prop it up so it can just feed you some way. What you gonna do? Get the fuck out of here. It's dumb. Rome eat pizza with a fork and knife. Shit. I eat pizza like this. Double up. So I ain't got time. But it's so crazy, man. I'm like, man, yeah, these Americans, the people in the West are so full of themselves, man. They need to really bring themselves back down to reality, because snap back to reality. Whoop. Oh my God, man. There's been some funny shit going on with MAGA. Not only is Trump supporters melting down, Trump is melting down. Hold on. Folks that can't talk about politics, just talk shit about this habits. Anyway, a T-bone steak with your hands is crazy. That's crazy. You crazy. Let's get into what Trump talking about over the week. Trump has been melting down also. So the whole little, whole little thing of MAGA is just a melting pot right now. This Savvy Sab has screenshotted this. What's going on with my quote unquote boys, and in some cases, quote unquote gals? They're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who is doing a fantastic job. We are on one team, MAGA, and I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk of the world, and the selfish people, quote, unquote, selfish people, are trying to hurt it. All over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein, for years. It's Epstein over and over again. Of course, like that's like one of the biggest cases out there of sex trafficking that we have amongst the elite. Of course, the everyday people was going to be like, yeah, what's up with Epstein though? What's up with Epstein? I mean, people, even people on the right, you know what I'm saying? They fucked up. They might be racist and but they ain't pedophiles. Well, a good chunk of them hopefully aren't. But that good chunk wants to see, what's going on with Jeffrey Epstein. So of course, the man will never die because, first of all, y'all didn't kill him. But second of all, y'all never gave the people closure of what's actually going on. For years, it's been Epstein over and over again. Why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, Cricket Hillary, Comey, Brandon, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration? This is where he's like, because he know his audience, a good group of his audience, be like, "Oh, it's you guys," but no. Why would Democrats write this and put their own people up in it? Like that don't sound real at all. But he's trying to get his audience to shake off of him and put eyes on Obama. Like Obama ain't got nothing to do. Well, he got something to do with it. I'm pretty sure he on them files also. But as of right now, Obama has nothing to do with the actual list. This was a list made by Jeffrey Epstein himself. This is a client book, a black book, if you will. If you guys are from the 90s, you should know what a black book is. He was just keeping track of who's paying what. And, a lot of people will like to look at those names. We're not asking you to drop any videos or expose any of the victims, because you can just write them as Jane Doe. We hear it every day in other court cases. You could have just wrote them as Jane Doe, and we know who the celebrities and the powerful people that was taking advantage of this. Criminals of the Biden administration who conned the world with the Russia hoax, 51 intelligence agents, and the laptop from hell, and more. They created the Epstein Files just like they created the fake Hillary Clinton / Christopher Steele's dossier that they used on me. And now my so-called quote-unquote friends are playing right into their hands. Oh, what was me? I am the president of the United States, and people are turning on me. I don't have any friends. Boo fucking who, bro? Like, nigga, ain't nobody your friend. You a fucking politician for one. And this would do that. People that's in MAGA, up under MAGA's umbrella, they understand, how this will fuck up so many of their careers. Not only just trying to downside it, but just leaving it alone, period. Because if I remember, Trump said, he's going to get the files out there to the public. A lot of people ran on that. Vote for Trump if you want the Epstein files. And those same people were saying that, or saying they changed the tune of the song. They changed their whole tune now. So, but a lot of people that ran up under MAGA know that this would be career ending. Jeffrey Epstein, his situation is bipartisan across the whole political structure. It's bipartisan. Everybody wants to see this. Libertarians wants to see this. Liberals wants to see this. Republicans, conservatives, what's some other fucking conservatives? Lincoln Project, all the motherfuckers. We all want to see this. So of course, people will not let this die. Why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein files? And that is a great question. But you have the power to do that right now. And I like how he said how the FBI is saying there is no files, but he's saying Obama and Hillary Clinton and Biden administration wrote these files, and how come they didn't release the files? So this is what I mean by Trump is one of the dumbest presidents in history. We don't have a lot of smart ones, but Trump take the cake for sure. So you saying that there is no files, and now you saying that if there is files, Obama read them and Hillary read them just like they use other tactics against you. And how come they didn't release the files that's non-existent? If there was anything that could have hurt the MAGA movement, why didn't they use it? Because it's bipartisan. It's bipartisan. And what I mean by that, like I said, everybody, from libertarians to leftists want to see this. Conservatives to leftists, they want to see this. Okay. The elites don't want to see this, whether they are on the left or the right. They don't want to see this because they know they're going to see the Clintons, they're going to see Obamas, they're going to see, probably even the Carters. They're going to see the celebrities, and there's a lot of people that's probably paying Trump to keep it on the hush hush. Because if you know one thing about Trump is he's all about pay to play, especially when it comes to, like bailing his friends out of tough situations. And if you guys don't remember, think about this. When he granted Kodak Black and Lil Wayne, rappers from the South, like this was so random. Rappers from the South, he gave them a pardon. The whole time, not only was they endorsing Trump, but they gave him I think it was like $1 million something for that pardon because they knew that their time was coming. They knew, their lawyers probably got them on it. Like, look, you can just pay Trump. You can just pay Trump, and you're gonna have to go to jail for a little bit, but you will be out, and you will have a presidential pardon. So they ain't gonna come back after you, and that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly, everybody is paying to play. Everybody is probably like people saying, "Oh, well, he's using the Epstein Files to leverage anything." He don't need to leverage nothing. He has all the he got the courts. You know what I'm saying? He got the Senate. He got it all. What do he need the files to leverage anything? They are able to pass bills without Democrats even voting on it at all. Like, so what is he leveraging? And who is he leveraging this against when it comes to the Epstein Files? It makes no sense to me. Yeah, and if you look at the mouthpieces of MAGA who don't want who want us to just forget about the Epstein Files are the Zionist supporters. They are the Zionist supporters, the Lib of TikTok, Charlie Kirk, and Kyle Kalinske. No, I'm playing. Look at y'all. Just trying to see if you pay attention. But yes, a lot of these people who don't want because they know, I'm pretty sure people got some inside scoops on who's actually on these lists, who actually partake in some of these things. They seen their names, they seen their bosses, and was like, "Oh no, we got to nip this in the butt quick. Like we got to find something else for people to talk about. We got to find something else for people to talk about." And now look, they're scrambling for any story that they can, and they're trying to put it all on Obama. Now I'm not gonna sit here and take up for Obama. Obama is a bad man. With the slavery in Libya and all that, we can touch on Obama all day. But Trump, if you got the power to do anything and expose these people, why not do it? It's making you look guilty, dude. And that's why your supporters is like, "Oh my God, he's a pedophile." But let's take it back to Trump first term. Trump said he was a predator. What was that on ET? Or E News or something like that. One of those E's, whatever it was, those celebrity shows. He said that he was a predator. He said, grab him by the... They let you do it because you famous, shit. Grab him by the... He always like, you know what? Yeah, that's my president. That's locker room talk. Locker room talk. Like, all right, bro. No, don't put that on us. Like, I ain't gonna lie, talking with me and my boys about some stuff that we probably did in the past, or maybe in the past that we did one day to this one girl, whatever the heck it is. Yes, we're gonna talk about what happened that night, but everything was consensual. Like we didn't just walk up to him. They didn't just walk up to us, and we just grabbed their snatch. Like what the heck? That's not a locker room talk. But people have the people got that goldfish memory, and they just like, oh well, we can't have who was he running against? Hillary. Yeah, we can't have Hillary, and then Hillary was a monster. I'm not gonna say Hillary would be any different. Hillary would be the same as Trump. The difference is people would not be paying attention. She would bomb the shit out of the Middle East, no questions. I think actually she had her and Bill Clinton got into an argument one time, and he had to bomb some country to make her happy again. Like how insane you got to be. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. But Trump, MAGA, they're not going to stop talking about this. Trump got ratioed on his own website. Crazy work. Crazy work. That's crazy. But it happens, man. You looking guilty over there, man, and people noticing it, dog. They burning they burning their MAGA hats.